Hi, I'm Dr. David Geyer, orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, and I provide education and commentary on injuries and injury treatments and injury prevention in sports and exercise for athletes and active people, probably much like yourself, so that you can stay healthy and perform your best. Now, when I was a kid, I loved to sled, but I didn't live anywhere where I got to do it very much. And it's the winter months, and depending on where you live, you may have kids that are out sledding right now. But when I was a kid, I only lived in one place where we really had the opportunity to do that, and we had in my backyard probably a 10-foot hill. Wasn't that much, and it would end at the bottom at the sidewalk, and then if you went too far, you were out in the road. But it was really short, and you get a big snow, and you're so excited, get out there and basically use all the snow until it was all gone because you had run so many tracks in it. But that was my limited experience with sledding. But you may be somewhere that has lots of hills and you can go really fast, but unfortunately you can get hurt sledding. So I think it's really important to just take a few tips, presumably for your kids, so that they can stay healthy while sledding and enjoy it in the process. First thing I'd suggest is do it in a safe location. Try to avoid areas where there's trees and rocks and other obstacles that they could hit and crash, maybe have a head injury. Know your surroundings, know what's around you. Try to do it in areas where it's just snow and there's nothing you could crash into. Also, don't do what I did and do it in an area that basically you go into the road where you can get hit by a car or a truck that doesn't see you. I think that's really important as well. If you can, try to use a sled that has a steering mechanism so that you can, if you happen to see an obstacle, you can steer out of the way rather than one that you have no control over where you're going. And then along the same lines, you may want to sled basically with your feet forward. Never lead with your head first. You want to minimize the chance that you basically crash and hit your head, and if your feet are first, potentially you can see where you're going, maybe kind of divert it a little bit out of the way. Now, along the same lines, we've talked about a lot of things that could lead to head injuries. Wear a helmet. Just like we require it or want people to do it with bikes, we want it with skiing, we want it with snowboarding. Wear a helmet. That can be really important to minimize the chance of suffering a concussion or a more serious injury. Now, it's cold out there. Dress warmly. I recorded a video about a month ago about ways to dress warmly for exercise in cold weather, but the same thing applies here. Multiple layers, waterproof outer shell, gloves and mittens. Very, very important. And last, this is for you parents, go watch your kids, supervise them. Make sure that they're okay, and then obviously if they do get hurt, you're there to see it and can start getting them to medical help. I think that's really, really important. Watch your kids so that you know if anything happens. Now, have you suffered a sledding injury or have your kids suffered a sledding injury? I'd love to hear your experiences. So below this video, share your thoughts. I'd love to hear about those, what happened, and I'll try to respond as well. If you know people who have had kids that have gotten hurt sledding, please share this video with them. I hope it's helpful, and I'd love for you to give that to them, and maybe they can learn something about sledding injuries and injury prevention and sledding as well. Now, if you like more videos like this and you want more videos on sports and exercise injuries and injury treatments and injury prevention, subscribe to my video channel. I record a couple of these videos every single week, and I'd love to deliver those directly to you. And last, please go to my website. There's so many resources that I share on ways to stay healthy and perform your best, and I only share them by email. So go to my website, drdavidgeyer.com, enter your name and your email address, and I'll share those with you. And you'll get an ebook that I've written on all sorts of injury prevention tips for adults and kids. I think it's really, really helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you right here next time.